something wrong. There's more drama again today. I don't know what's happening, but the other scope, there was something really weird happening in it. Replay viewer, hey, welcome back. The other scope, there was something going on with it. I don't quite know what was going on, to be honest with you, but it was some funky things were happening. So we're starting over. I'm going to jump right into it. I am your world-class coach, Coach Nachi, your world-class personal development coach, speaker, and life enthusiast, called to serve those who want to live more like themselves now, right now, today, this minute, right now. We've been talking about support systems so far, so just a quick recap. We defined what support system is to you. We defined what it looks like to be, hey, same T4 Cartal, how are you? We defined what support system was for you and what that meant. Yesterday we talked about what's missing and what needs to happen, what you needed from your definition of support system, because I'm sure some of you found that, from your definition, you found this person fulfills that, this person fulfills that, this resource fulfills that and the other. But what ended up happening also was that you didn't quite necessarily have all your needs met. And so what we came up with yesterday was what else do you need and what's missing. And from that, you could then find what is missing and what else you needed and go forth from there. We also talked about a whole bunch of other stuff, and it was a really amazing scope. Today, we're talking about support system, but you as your own support system. Because when you find, what I ended the scope on yesterday was basically talking about how you will find that you should and you will go harder for you. Hey Gary, how are you? You know, I can't see people as they enter. So if you're here and you're typing or you can't type, like, I don't know what's going on with Periscope, but I'm here and I don't see you. Okay, so today yesterday we ended up talking about how you are the person who is going to stand up for you, and you should be the person who should stand up for you. You ought to be the person who's number one writing for what you're writing for, who is representing your dream, who is going after whatever it is that you are doing for yourself. That was the big thing that we kind of ended on. Hey ho, Taka Senate. I'm so sorry. I can't Are you guys able to type? Because I don't see any hearts. I don't see any typing. I don't see any symbols at the bottom of telling me who's in. So I tried restarting the scope over, but I don't know if I did something or if Periscope is glitching, if someone can let me know. But I'm going to continue and maybe come on later tonight with the same similar type scope content. Anyway, I'm going to go on. The big thing that comes with you being your own support system is, there are many big things, but the number one thing that I really like to harp on is your reputation and your standard for yourself. So I'm going to ask, we are doing Make It Happen November, and I wish this was more, this is really driving me crazy. This is driving me insane, but I'm going to carry on and stop drawing attention to the fact that I can't see you. This is horrible, and I'm just talking to a camera, not people. Where are you now in your goals? So this is November 20th now. We started Make It Happen November. We made a list. We checked it twice. We did all of these things. If you invited your followers, thank you. If you shared on Twitter, thank you. But I can't actually see anything that's happening in the stream. Where are you now in your goals? Where are you now in your dream, in the thing that you told yourself you would do for November, or the thing you told yourself you would do for the year, your New Year resolution, or whatever it was that you've made a recent promise to yourself, or a promise that you've kept on making? Where are you at now with that? Right? How is that for you? What's going on with that? What is your, hey Roman Gonzalez, okay, so I see you. I see the hearts now. Okay, maybe no one was just hearting it up. Okay, that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing on Twitter. Okay, I'm seeing things now. Maybe I wasn't. Okay, you were? I don't know what happened. Hey, Aberpoxolodic. I don't know what was happening. Thank you so much for coming up, Roman. I appreciate you. Your reputation. What is your reputation with yourself? I guess people are having problems today. Is that true? Because I haven't been on many scopes today, so I hope that's the case. I hope that's not the case, but anyway, what progress have you made so far? Did you define what progress means to you in whatever it was that you were trying to make happen? because if you can't really tell what progress you've made if you don't map out and suss out what progress is for you. If you define it, then you really have a better handle. Hey, hey girl, how you doing? I think some stuff going on behind the scenes, probably. Thank you so much for that, Roman, because I did not understand what was happening. If you're watching and you've been here this whole time, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so, so much. I'm going to carry on. We're going to troop on. So what is your reputation with yourself is the main umbrella question, but I'm going to go deeper into those different components. Thank you so much for those red hearts. It's so nice to see something else on the screen other than my face. So what is your reputation with you? When it comes to yourself being your support system, we are always kind of trying to, hey Gary, welcome Gary. Thank you so much for being here, Gary. I appreciate you being here. When it comes to being your own support system, my Gary, when it comes to being your own support system, how do you show up for yourself? Yeah, very weird. Very weird. It takes me back to the olden days. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. I've done it before too, but it's really weird when like it feels like you see people, but they're not. It's weird. I don't know what was going on. What is your reputation with yourself? It is awesome to have an outline, and I'm looking at mine, but I'm like freaking out. Let me start over. Oh, Jesus. Thank you so much for those hearts. Thank you for bearing with me, live viewers and replay viewers. I appreciate you so much. Okay. Thank you for those purple hearts and those red hearts. I'm going to get my head back in the game. Thank you, Theo of Judah. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Content is really just about to kick in. So, we expect people to do things for us. We expect our support system to support us in our dreams and our goals and our desires and our passions and our light. That's what we expect from the people in our lives, right? That's what we've kind of been talking about this whole time. So what it means for you as your own support system is for you to really understand how you show up for yourself. Which leads me to the question, are you showing up for yourself? How do you show up for yourself? Do you show up for yourself? What is your reputation for yourself? And what is your stand for yourself? So here is the big kind of convoluted question that I want to ask. We expect people to do things for us, and when they don't, we feel salty. So if you gave your dream to someone, and they said, yeah, I can do this for you. I can 100% do it. Like they'll actually do it for you. You literally don't have to do anything. You don't have to show up. They will do it for you. So like fairy godmother is going to come and do it for you. And they say, yeah, I got this. I'll do it for you. And a week goes by, nothing. 2 weeks goes by, nothing. A month goes by, nothing. And you're just kind of like, fairy godmother, what happened? What's the progress of that? And she goes and says, oh, I'm still trying to figure out the kinks. Let's say you're starting a business. I'm still trying to figure out the name of the business. I'm still trying to figure out if we're going to be an LLC, an S Corp, or XYZ. I'm still trying to figure out the lighting. I'm still trying to figure out the location of the business. I'm still trying to figure out, the plans that are the wording, the copy. I'm still trying to figure out all these kinds of excuses that we give ourselves. Whatever your excuse is. Yesterday we were talking about procrastination. So whatever your procrastinations are. I just want to find the right gym. I want to find the right workout. I want to find all of these kinds of different excuses that come up. I'm trying to find the right day, the right schedule for me to start doing that. All these excuses. If someone else said these to you, how would you feel about how well they were taking care of what it is you gave them? You wouldn't like that. You would not like that at all. You would feel super salty. You would be like, okay, I gave this to you a month ago. You have not progressed at all. You have not done anything that you said you would do. And this is what we kind of do to ourselves. Not kind of, this is exactly what we do to ourselves. We say, okay, I'm going to start doing this thing. I'm going to do it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. A week later, nothing. 2 weeks later, nothing. A month later, nothing. And you don't check up on yourself. You don't check up on yourself. You gave this gift. You gave your light to someone who you don't trust. You basically gave your baby, your gift to someone who you didn't vet. And when you do that, it's kind of like in business. Sometimes there'll be bad business deals. Sometimes there'll be bad, joint ventures. Or you invest in something that didn't quite serve you the way you wanted it to serve you. You maybe got a meal plan that didn't quite fit your standard and you're disappointed. That's the same thing when you don't vet the thing, when you don't vet who you're sharing your gift with, when you don't vet who you're sharing whatever with. If you're going on a diet, you're going to go in and vet out this diet plan, this company, this person who's supposed to help you out. That's what you should do. Vet them out, see if you trust them. Now, when you don't vet, you're not going to give a baby, if you have a baby, you're babysitting, you're not going to give a baby, your child, to someone who you haven't vetted. You're not going to hire a babysitter off of Craigslist. That's not a platform that you trust. You're not going to give your baby to a family member that you know has some shady history, a shady way of dealing with things. You're not going to trust your baby to someone who you don't trust or who you haven't vetted, and you shouldn't, rightly so. In the same way, your gift, your spirit, your light, whatever it is that you're going after is like a baby. Don't give it to someone you don't trust. Don't do that. And when you give it to yourself and you don't trust yourself, you continuously let yourself down. You continuously do not meet your own standard. You continuously just, I was going to say something. You continuously just put yourself at the bottom of the list. How is that person, you, supposed to care for what you care about? How is that person supposed to care for your dream? And when that person is you, that just doesn't compute. It doesn't make any sense at all. So, for instance, in the movie The Fifth Element, right? I love The Fifth Element. I'm not sure if you've seen this movie, The Fifth Element. It's with Bruce Willis and this lady, completely forgot her name. But at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, they need fire. They need fire to light one of the 5 elements, and there's one matchstick left. Just one match. And you all know how matches go. If you don't strike it right, you get one chance with one match. If you're lucky, you get 2. Thank you so much for those hearts, Roman. I appreciate you. If you don't light that match correctly and get that light in the place that you need to, you're done. That was the last match, and that was the match that was going to save the world. Okay? The Fifth Element was an apocalyptic type thing. Bad strike, you're a toast. Exactly. If he hadn't done that, the world would have been blown up by this asteroid. Anyway, they gave it, thank you. They gave it to Bruce Willis's character. I forgot his name. He was the person that they trusted the most to do the thing that they needed to be done. So he needed to strike that match and put it on top of the elemental stone so that the element of fire can be it was a great script last night. Can be lit. Now, they didn't give it to the nervous priest. They didn't give it to the nervous young intern priest. They didn't give it to the radio Chris Tucker character who was wild and this, that, and the other. They gave it to Bruce Willis's character because he was the savior character. But he was the man who was going to get them to where they wanted to go. He was the man who had delivered on every single promise that he had made. He was the man who had kicked a major amount of butt throughout the whole kind of ain't giving nothing to a nervous priest, just saying. No, exactly. He was sweating. You're not gonna give your last match to someone who's leaking of the thing that can destroy fire, water. That's not a thing that's gonna happen. So they gave it to the man who was capable for the job, Bruce Willis's character. Did he deliver? I'm ruining it for you. Yeah, he did. Of course he did. But he struck the match. Nobody breathed. People stopped. The support system was there, but he was the one that actually had to put the actual I'm seeing this in my head. Yeah, spoiler alert. Whoops, sorry. Put it on top of the fire element thing to make it come alive. That's the same thing with your gifts. Thank you so much for that. I think it's a great example. I was thinking what movie has fire in it? That's your light. That last matchstick is your light. Hello, Success with Sean Wyman. Welcome. That last matchstick in the movie is your light. That's exactly your light. You're not going to trust your light to someone who is leaky. You're not going to trust your light to someone who is flaky. You're not going to trust your light to someone who's shaking. They're going to drop it, and that's it. Your light has been extinguished. What? So why would you, hey, how are you, Sean? Why would you give your light to, you just wouldn't. It's insane to give your light to someone, give your last match to someone who is going to let you down. Where am I going with this? Are you that person who is going to let you down? Have you been that person who has been letting you down? Has your reputation with yourself been so bad that you don't trust yourself at all? So when you give your gift, thank you so much for inviting your followers. I appreciate you for doing that, Sean. Thank you. Are you giving your light to the person who you don't trust, yourself? Are you giving your light to someone who you think you trust, but they're not really delivering? Hello, Linda. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You absolutely cannot give your light to someone who you don't trust, because they're going to squander it. They're not going to take care of it in the way that you need them to take care of it. They're not going to serve it. They're not going to protect it. They're not going to carry it with the gentleness and respect and honor that it needs. You need to do that for yourself. As your own support system, you need to be able to carry your light and say, I honor this light. Procrastination, that's that thing that's ruining and deteriorating your reputation with yourself. So much. Because guess what? You just keep saying, nah, this light, it's fine. It's okay. It's all right. You just keep kind of blowing at it. Like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Luckily, our lights are much stronger than any old regular matchstick light. They hold. It's like that Olympic fire that keeps blazing. But if you put into the Olympic fire in water, it will fizzle out. If you dump sand on the Olympic fire, it will fizzle out. You have to absolutely have a good reputation with yourself. You absolutely have to have a good reputation with yourself. You have to meet your own standards. You cannot flake on yourself. You will not trust your dream with someone that you don't trust. It doesn't make any sense. When you do that, you're basically giving your dream to someone who you know is not going to take care of it, who you know is not going to honor that. When it comes to giving other people your dream, sharing with them and telling them, hey, I need your support doing this, that, and the other. We don't like it when they don't deliver. We don't like it when they waste our time. We don't like it when they're not timely with what they said they would be doing. But when we do that to ourselves, we do not hold ourselves accountable, and we absolutely have to hold ourselves accountable. Because guess what? Everybody else in your life is there, cool, but they're not obligated to your dream. That's not their dream, period. That's not their dream. No man is an island. Yes, it's awesome to have that support system, but guess what? Those people they cannot do it for you. And if they are doing it for you, there's something horribly, horribly wrong. You need to be number one when it comes to your dream. You need to be your ride or die person when it comes to your dream and your goal. Your reputation with yourself needs to be so solid and so thick that nothing can shake that. So when I was telling the Kiki yesterday, we were talking about procrastination, and I said, write down your components that make up what you need to do, the components of what you need to do, and write down who can help. When it comes to tackling reputation, I said do the easy thing first. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes into what's easy and what's not easy. What's easy for me is not easy for you. What's easy for you is not easy for me. What's easy for you, hey Sandy, welcome back. I appreciate you being here. I loved your scope the other night. What's easy for you, what's easy for each of us is going to be different. And you know what tasks are your time-wasting tasks. Gary brought up a really good point about separating the wheat from the chaff. You know what is a task that you're doing that is kind of a procrastination task. So you have to have the onus. There you go. That's Sandy. There you go. You know what is going to move you forward, and you know what's going to move you not at all. That's going to keep you in that same space. You know what moves you have to make to propel yourself in a way that you need to propel yourself. And when you don't make those moves, you're stalling. You're chipping away at your reputation for yourself. You know what you need to do. So when it comes to actually doing those tasks, you have to do something. Yesterday, I recommended doing the easy thing first. Why? Because it's going to build your reputation with yourself. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, thank you so much for inviting your followers, Sandy. I totally appreciate that. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, when you take those little steps, those baby steps to move yourself forward. Thank you so much for those blue hearts and those purple hearts. Yay! And the red hearts, Roman, I appreciate you for doing that earlier. When you take those baby steps, those simple, tiny steps of, yes, I can do this, and you cross them off that list, and you're building momentum. That's important for not just building momentum, but also building your reputation with yourself and building yourself as your own support system. Because you can't call someone who's not there for you a support system. They don't count. And you need to be your own support system. And a way to do that Thank you for those pink hearts. The way to do that, and those purple and those blue and those gold. Yes, thank you. The way to do that is to continue building your reputation. I forgot my point. Hold on, let me go back to my notes. Let me not even pretend like I remember what I was talking about. Okay. There was a sentence that I really wanted to share with you outside of that example. Thank you for those hearts. Thank you. I completely forgot what I was talking about. There is something wonderful about crossing things off a list. Oh, fairly literary. There is something so good about crossing that. It's like, I always say to replay viewer, when you're tapping that screen, you're getting kinesthetic at the worst times. We all kind of do, to be honest with you. When you're tapping that screen, you're getting kinesthetic with what you're doing, and I believe that you are adding, you can see what I'm saying, you can hear what I'm saying, you can also feel what I'm saying, but in order to make it stick, you get kinesthetic with it, you get your body involved in it. I like to tap away because I'm like, yes, this is so good. When we actually cross stuff off a list, that's our body getting involved in something that we've been doing mentally, that we're seeing it, something that we may have heard. You hear that of the pencil or pen. It's a nice feeling. It's a really nice feeling. There was a sentence, y'all. I worked really hard on it. I want to share it with you. Okay. So the sentence was, if someone had promised to do for you, list. I have so many, you gotta do what you can. We expect people to do things for us, and when they don't, we feel salty. I feel salty. I don't like when I tell someone to do something for me, or I ask someone, to do something for me, and they say, yeah, I'll do it, and they don't do it. I need that, especially when it's business related. I need that. I'm losing people that I need to serve. I won't be serving people if you don't accomplish this task. And it really makes me so angry. So if someone had promised to do for you what you have promised to do for you, would you be happy with how they did it? Would you be happy with how they were doing it? So are you going about, this actually also tackles procrastination, are you going about your business in the way that you would want someone to go about your business for you? If someone does something for you in a way that you don't like, is that the kind of level that you're meeting yourself at? So if I ask someone to do something for me, or if someone asks me to do something for them, they are expecting a certain standard, right? If I say to someone, hey, can you do this thing for me? Hey, can you do this thing for me? And they don't do it in the way that I say outlined, or the way that I wanted, and I was explicit about it, you don't like that. So when you do it to yourself, that's even worse, because number one, you know your standard, because remember, we define the standard. Hey Sandy, welcome back. I hope the connection is all right. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. You know your own standard. You know how, at least you have to know your own standard. You know your own standard. You know how you want things to be done. You know how you want your dream and your goal to feel and to look like. So when you don't meet your own standard, you are just hurting your own self. You absolutely have to meet your own standard. Absolutely have to build your own reputation and that's the way you become your own strong support system, because not everyone is not going to be there for you. There are people who you really want to be there for you, people who you really want to kind of sit with you and ride with you and be with you on the journey, but I can personally say they will not be there always, and they won't be there in the way that you want them to, period. If you run your own business, if you have your own dream that you're trying to go forward with, you know 100% that there are people who just, you want them to be there for you, but they just won't, and they won't be there for you in the way that you want them to be, and what you sometimes feel like is all you have is yourself. At that point, you need to make sure that that self is someone who is writing for you. You have to make sure that that self is someone who is, you're so right. No, I'm glad that you get that. Sandy's a coach as well, confidence coach, I believe. So she knows all about building that confidence and building who you need to be for yourself. If you don't have confidence in yourself, and Sandy, this is your lane, so I'm going to let you handle that. But if you don't have confidence in yourself, if you don't have confidence in your dream, if you don't honor your damn dream, your light, your baby that you're giving to someone else, how are other people supposed to? Number one. Number two, actually that's number two. Number one, how are you supposed to ever continuously grow? How are you ever supposed to continuously do what you need to do if you don't have confidence in it? A way to build confidence in it is to freaking honor it. Look at it and say, yes, I have a light. Stop putting it on the back burner. Stop waving it away with your procrastination. Stop dishonoring it. You have to honor it, putting it in the forefront and say, this is my dream. I'm going to fight for it. If weight is something that we were talking about yesterday, losing weight and being healthy, if that's something that's important to you, don't destroy your reputation with yourself by saying, oh, no, it's fine. I'm not going to go to the gym today. Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not going to work out today. Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not going to eat well today. I'm just going to have a week of just pasta. You can't do that. You have to absolutely honor yourself and your commitments to yourself. You have to absolutely be your own biggest fan. Like, you have to be your ally. And that's a whole other thing that I really like to talk about, being your friend and being your own ally. Self-care. Oh my God. Fairly Literary, what is your name? That's something that I was really going to talk about. The next kind of one of the last ones in the series of self-care is about Rabia. Rabia or Rabia? That's a beautiful name. Jesus. Was going to be how to care for your support system. So how to care for your support system as just, external support system. Rabia. Right? Rabia. Cool. Rabia. Welcome, Rabia. I'm so happy to see you here and participating. It's so nice to see you. Follow. Listen to Gary. He knows what he's talking about. Gary is the man. When you... Baby, I lost my point. I swear. Great. Nadia? I love that. Who is Nadia? So anyway, back to the main thing. Are you someone you trust? Can you be someone you trust? Are you someone who you actually want to give your dream to? Are you someone who, if you were to give your own dream to, would you actually care for it in the way that it deserves to be cared for? If not, you need to. What needs to happen for you to do that? Because you are the only one that can really do that for you. No one should go hard. Awesome. So I love your typos, Sean. I love Nachi and all that. I loved it. Thank you so much for being here and sticking around. I appreciate you. Sandy, Gary, Roman, Sean, Rabia. Thank you all so much. And those that can't see, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Right? What such a deeply introspective question. It really is. It really, really is. Because, and I think this is at the core of being your own support system and just being there for yourself. Because if you are a person who, like for instance, Sean Wyman just wrote a book. He releases his book release. Okay, sure. Thank you so much. Sean came out with his book. That's him. He came out with his book yesterday. He is the only one who could have wrote his book. Even if he got a ghostwriter, he would still have to have somehow dictated it in some way or done something. Like, he's the one who had to share his story. Nobody could have done that for Sean. Nobody. He had to ride for his dream. He had to support, promote, and do everything that he needs to do for his dream. If you own a business, if you have any type of anything in your life, you are the only person who can ride as much as you need to for yourself. You need to be able to support yourself. You can't be depending on every other person. Now, no man is an island. No man should be an island. I believe in having physical people there around you because we're human beings and that's what is really helpful for us. As much as you might try to, distance yourself from people, you have to. But you need to also be there for yourself. You need to absolutely be there for yourself. Thank you so much for those purple hearts. There was one more question that I was going to actually end this with. That's why I'm happy to share my poetry. It's personal and tells my story. I love that, Rabia. What kind of poetry do you work on? That's so awesome. That is so awesome. Like, nobody could write Rabia's poetry for her as best as she could. She could get someone who could maybe type it for her or whatever, but nobody can speak Rabia's truth. And nobody can shine Rabia's light as bright as Rabia can shine her light. Nobody. And you shouldn't put that on the back burner. You have your light. You can't. I don't understand how people literally put their light on the back burner. This is something that you claim that's important to you. You have a dream inside of you, and you just shit on it. Like, how? This is your gift. This is your talent. And you're just going to sit this one out. Really? And you expect people to show up for you? You expect them to love mental illness and life in general? I love that. People need that, Rabia. Please continue doing what you're doing. I love that. I love that. You, but it's true, ain't it, Sandy? You can't, I hope there's a tears of laughter. You can't You can't expect people to show up for you and you not show up for yourself. It's awful. It's really awful because you have these expectations of others, but dare it come to you. Oh no, stop it. You need to be your own ride or die person. You need to support your own dream, your own passion, your own light. You're good. I'm glad it's not like tears of sadness. You need to support yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, how will you trust yourself with that last candle, with that last match? It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Henry Ford said you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. You can't. You really can't. You cannot build a reputation on what you're going to do. You have to actually do it because that's how you trust somebody. You meet people in life that just think of any other person in your life that you trust. You trust them because why? Because they did this, that, and the other for you. They showed up for you in this way. They said they were going to be there, and oh my God, they were there. They said they were going to email you that thing before Sunday, and they emailed it to you on Friday. They were there for you. Are you there for yourself? Like, are we there for ourselves? This is one I take super personal. This is one I take incredibly personally because nobody can trust in yourself as much as you need to trust in you. Your coach is not, your coach, I go hard for my clients. And their coaches here, Sandy's a coach, Gary goes hard for his clients. Sean goes hard for the people he wants to serve. Roman goes hard for the people he wants to serve with the solar energy. That was amazing, Roman. You study. We go hard for the people we want to serve. But if someone comes up to you, someone who you're serving, and they don't go hard for themselves, do you know how frustrating that is? I cannot stand to be around someone who 24/7, because we trust and believe they will continue to follow through. Yes, you have to. If I don't feel like my client is going hard for themselves, I really have to take a step back and we have a real conversation of what's going on. And if we're not addressing the right thing, which I've never had to have this conversation before because I can feel something that's happening. And then the next time we meet, they're like, I did it. And I'm like, okay, good. Because I can tell when something's off. And that's what a good coach does. Ain't that right, Sandy? Gary goes hard. Gary will read through your reports, and I'm just guessing, Gary. I'm putting words in your mouth. But Gary will study your damn business. And will you be my coach? I'll be your coach. Rachel, you're in! This is Rachel, right? Yes, Rachel! Rachel, hi! I'll be your coach, Rachel, baby. Oh, look, guys. This is my website. LittleLikeYou'reNot.com. I found it. Someone asked for it yesterday and I was really slacking. I didn't have it. Sarah! Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Sarah. Sarah, I'm so sorry. Hey, Sarah. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Sarah. Wonderful. World-class coach. It's true. I go hard for my clients. I go extremely hard for my clients. I pray for them. I pray for most people in my life, but I pray for them. I go hard for them. I do things that, I'm going hard for you. I am your champion. I am your cheerleader. But at the same time, I'm going to hold you accountable for what you say you want. I'm going to challenge you whether or not you want what exactly that you're saying you want. And it's not going to be in this sort of horrible environment either. I'm a gentle coach, but I'm also a challenger coach. Like, I'm going to be gentle with you because I do believe in being gentle. I believe that coming from a place of calm, peace, and relaxation is how we should make all our decisions, and that's a great environment to grow in. But I'm not going to let you give up on your dream or not attend to what needs to happen for you to do what you need to do. That's not what I'm about. That's not what you're investing in me for. That's not what you're investing in yourself for. No, I'm not going to take your money and not have you succeed in the way that you need to succeed. This is just, even people in my life, like, I say I can't be around people who are just not going for what they're going for, but I still stick around as best as I can. As some of you know, I lost an old friend that she took her own life. Her gifts died with her. Her gifts went with her. Her light, her passion, her dreams, her desires, her talents, her resourcefulness, everything went with her. Thank you, beautiful soul. And she was actually a beautiful soul. She was an amazing, outstanding human being. But things happen, and we rely too much on external resources to make us happy. And that's not okay. We have to build it. That's something I don't want. No, it's not something I don't want either. Okay. Go ahead, Sarah. I'll be waiting for you, boo. I'm excited. Yeah, she took her own life. And I remember conversations with this person, being there for this person as best as I could, going hard for this person, speaking greatness into this person, and just going in. You can't, external resources, like I do believe in having a support system around you, but I can't fight for someone who's not, it's difficult. It's very difficult to be there for someone who's not being there for themselves. And there comes a point, depression is different, right? Mental illness and like what's going on mentally is different from just, I'm procrastinating, I don't want to do it. It's different in that there's something much deeper going on there. So I don't like to use the word depressed. I have a psych background. I don't like to use it all willy-nilly in like a mainstream type of way. But what I'm really trying to say is external resources is great. Having external support is amazing. Building your support system, and that's why I'm going to do caring for your support system. But you need to absolutely care for yourself. Like, you need to absolutely be your own support system, because in the dark of the night, when you're in bed and you're laying there trying to fall asleep and all those thoughts hit you, you need to be able to fight for yourself. You need to be able to fight for yourself. You need to be your own friend, your own ally, and really go hard for yourself. This is just the truth. You need to be your own support system. You need to be your own friend. You need to be your own ally. You need to fight for your light, because your light is needed and necessary. Everybody watching this live, thank you so much for being here and those hearts and just giving me that love. I feel it. Thank you so much. We started off rocky. So replay viewer, if you're still here, God bless you. Wow. You need to fight for yourself. It's worth it. That last match, that imagery is so true. It resonates with me. That baby, your dream is a baby. It's something that you have to care for. Your desires and passions, you have to care for them. You have to nurture them and have them grow into this beautiful adult. But you have to care for them, and you have to do it. No one's going to take care of your baby as well as you should. That's your onus. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. You absolutely have to do it. We cut ourselves so much slack. And that's kind of our beauty and our demise as human beings. We cut ourselves so much slack, and yet we continue to trust ourselves. So ending on a positive note, we do cut ourselves so much slack. We're forgiving with others. And thank you so much for those red hearts too. We're forgiving of others, but we're also incredibly forgiving of ourselves, right? We continuously give our dream, our passion, our baby, our light. What up, Brooke? We continuously give our dream, our passion, our light, our gifts to someone who is us, who has let us down continuously. Hey, girl, but we still believe in ourselves. That's the beauty of us as human beings. When I say fully human, like that's us. We're amazing creatures. We're so amazing. Look at me getting excited. We're so amazing as human beings. Ain't that right, Brooke? We continuously give our dream to someone. Now, this could be a double-edged sword. We continuously give our dreams to someone who we don't trust, or who has let us down, rather. We let ourselves down way more times than we let other people down, or have others let us down. You know what I'm trying to say. But we continue. Elie Wiesel said hope dies last in his book Night. I don't think he actually said it, but I think he referred to it. But it's like this old quote. I think it's like a Spanish quote or Mexican quote. But hope dies last. We continue to hope. We continue to believe. We continue to dream. Yes, coach. Thanks, Sandy. We continue to believe in ourselves. And that's the beauty of humanity. That's the beauty of our human nature. I continue to believe in myself even when I let myself down. I continue to go hard for myself. You continue to fight for yourself. You continue to say, no, maybe I can do this. Like, you continue to do that, and that's so amazing. What I want to say is the next time you get that wind, the next time you get that second wind, the next time you get that oomph to want to do it, actually do it. Follow through. Follow through for you, for your light, for your dream, for your wish, for your goal, for your desire, for that thing that lives in your heart, for your light, baby, for your light. You absolutely have to keep going. And we do. We as human beings, we just keep going. We continue to fight. We continue to dream. We continue to believe. And that's the beauty of our that's the mystery. I keep wanting to say that's the mystery of faith. Like, that's not. It's like, that's the, no, it is actually. It is the mystery of faith. We continue to believe in ourselves even when we've let ourselves down. And that's nice. Just use that with power. Like, use that power with great responsibility. With great power comes with great responsibility. Just continue to go hard for yourself. Don't give up on you or your dream or your light. Yo, this is it. I asked you what your reputation was with yourself. Are you meeting your own standards? Can you trust yourself with yourself? Can you trust yourself with your dream? Can you trust yourself with your desires, your passion? Are you someone who, if someone did some things the way you do them for yourself, if someone did, thank you so much, I love it too. This is something I'm so passionate about. If someone went about treating you and your dream the way you treat your dream, would you like that? No. Unless the answer is yes, then baby, go get yourself some sushi and some ice cream because you deserve it. Don't treat your dream in the way you want others to treat your dream. Basically, treat your dream the way you want someone else to treat your dream. I just said the exact same thing twice. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Respect your dream. Honor your dream. Trust yourself. Build that reputation with yourself. And that's how you have a strong support system in yourself. Because you're going to be alone sometimes. You're going to be alone in the dark of the night when you're driving and all those thoughts come to you. And if you are not fighting for yourself, if you are not your own ally, those dreams, those demons are going to eat you up alive, and that's not good. You need to have a strong internal system. Faith is exhibit A in the case for your future. No faith, no case. Honor your dream. Yes. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. It started off super rocky, Brooke. I don't know if you've been having trouble with Periscope lately, but today was a struggle. The struggle was real, and I just was like discombobulated, but y'all pulled me through, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being my support system on Periscope. Like, you guys are so amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna make a thumbnail so you don't have to. Thank you for those hearts, Brooke. Yes. And those blue hearts, Radia, thank you. Major Periscope issues. Okay, good. I mean, I don't know what's been going on with that. I haven't scoped for a few days. Migraine. Oh no, I'm so sorry about that. Too much GTA? I'm sorry, Brooke. I hope you feel better. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna make a thumbnail so you can just go ahead and leave unless you're into that. Some people like watching me suffer as I make my thumbnails. Oh God, I'm gonna showcase my cup. This is the thumbnail. Thank you. Blessings, Gary. Thank you, Sean, for being here. I appreciate you. And how you are great on Sandy. Thank you so much for the heart, Teriyaki.